Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
And then now we'll go to the quality program.
Yeah.
Which is the Super 7 or Elite 8, depending on the day.
Yeah.
And so if you could, briefly discuss those.
Yeah. So, we try to break things down with systems, one bite at a time, right? Inch by inch is a cinch. Mile by mile takes a while, all of that kind of stuff. So I'll start with the Elite 8. So there's these 7 that we'll talk about. Once a week, usually the teachers were getting in-service or trained.
Okay.
So we get an extra hour or so with the kids.
Yeah.
So we threw in team challenge with them, which was usually, not always, but, this group versus this group, or boys versus girls, but sometimes it was the teachers, or what we call program leaders versus the kids.
Okay.
But it would go on for like a month, and at the end you get points, and whoever, won, they get the pizza party. Everybody got the pizza, but you got the, one with, sausage and pepperoni. They only got the one with cheese, or, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we did that. But what we did, and the words aren't great, but the meaning behind them are really great.
Okay.
So we started with pre-opening. And that was any time from the time you woke up till the time you got to technically into what we would call the pre-opening, but almost like getting onto campus.
Okay.
Right? And so everything that you need to get ready and what you need to think about and what's going on in your head, how do you greet people, and you get, just really kind of pre-planning so that when you get there, you've already played it in your mind a couple times. So when you see the principal and you're a little nervous to talk to him, you don't go, you go, hey, Mr. Principal, how you doing?
Right.
That kind of stuff. Then you would go into the second one of the 7, which is what we call the pre-opening. And that's the time where the facilitator, leader, supervisor, boss would be with the rest of the adults. So when I was the program, when I was the site coordinator before I became the program manager, I was at a site and we had 16 adults, right? And so they would kind of get ready for the day, supplies or lesson planning a little bit, or maybe we'd do a training, or they would, do it. We have our C4K. One of the things that we do is we have like 400 videos. We have courses and just, one-offs and different things like that on how to beat anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And so they could, get trained or whatever. But then at the end, we would usually circle up and we would do like a check-in. How's everybody doing? Thumbs up, down, or whatever. If we had a little bit more time, how's everything going? It could be personal or professional. Yeah, I'm a little tired because, as you guys know, my mom has cancer. And so it's really just a time to get to build team and to check in, and we do some icebreakers. Or what are we doing for the day, or what's going on for the next week? Just kind of really get everything in tune with each other. Okay. And then we would go into opening. And that's where everybody and their mother could be a part of it. It was a communal opening. So we used to really try to knock this out of the park. We used to try to make this be one of the best things that we did. Not because of show, but because the after-school paraprofessionals for a long time were, kind of baby was in the corner.
Yeah.
And, they didn't know how hard these guys were working. They were working as hard as the teachers, or sometimes even more hard.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same parallel things that they did.
Yeah. And
so, but they're paraprofessionals. They don't have a credential.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but we would do an opening and we'd meet with the kids and we, they get a snack, and we do roll. We do a check-in with them. We would do some fun stuff. We would do announcements. Sometimes we'd have a little challenge, a little itty-bitty team challenge. We'll call it the mini challenge. But we would just, really get there. But that's where custodians could be, their secretaries, even if they're just walking through and passing. Yeah. So that's why we wanted to, get that thing bolstered up a little bit.
Right. Absolutely.
You go to Disneyland, it's cool. But at night when they do that light show, it's bolstered up a little bit. So we really tried to, get people to bolster that up. And then we went into one of 3 rotations. They could happen in any placement, but there were always 3 rotations. One was homework / academic. Yeah. Usually we just did homework help there. Okay. And we would help the kids with their homework, and we would do it by, groupings, or we would have the adult at one table, or, just different things of that nature. We would cross tutor, we'd peer-to-peer tutor, we'd do all kinds of stuff, or teacher homework help. Probably not tutoring, but some of that too. Yeah. And some of it could be that, like if this kid needed extra help in English language arts, then we could send them off or do a pull out. Somebody could come within, or we could teach them some stuff. Just spending some extra time with them on an academic component, or if homework was, more difficult for them than the guy next to them.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the second rotation in elementary, we called it enrichment. And then the other one is what we call club. And they were both the same. It was like what I would call disguised learning, with the club or in the enrichment, but it would be something that would be typical, a club of, sports or music, but it could be origami. It could be, how to, play strategic games, chess, check. I mean, anything the kids wanted.
Yeah.
Right. And we would do disguised learning. So we were teaching them this activity, kind of like we talked about the activity to learning opportunity,
Right.
but we were teaching them math or history or science or whatever. They didn't know what was going on, but it was just a fun thing for them.
Okay.
And then the last rotation was like what they call healthy living.
Okay.
Used to be just PE or some kind of physical activity.
Yeah.
And that's pretty self-explanatory. How do you eat correctly, sleep, hydrate, work out? Or, what are the activities you can do that are lifelong activities?
Yeah.
Walking, playing golf, frisbee versus tackle football. Or,
Yeah.
I guess at 90 you could, play a little basketball, but probably not too good on the joints.
Uh-huh.
So we would, talk about, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then we would go into the closing, which was the last part of it. And that's where everybody would come together as another. So we did a communal opening and a communal closing. But now the community could come in.
Okay.
So most of the teachers and secretaries and stuff like that were gone. Not the custodians, of course, because they're working till night. But and some of the great administrators, principals, and whatever, they'd be around.
Okay.
But really, it was a time to bring community in. So we did a lot of things that would get some of these parents that are going 150 miles per hour to stop and play Rainbow Bright with their kid or Connect Four or something. So, and that was really a good communal time for the community.
Got it. Okay.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Love your notes. So amazing.